Hey, welcome to Polish with Ray. I'm Rachel and today I'm going to be sharing with you some brand new polishes from Starrily. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I upload new live swatching videos just like this one every week, sharing with you brand new nail polish releases. Well, would you look at that? My nail polish matches my headband. Do you think I planned that? I'm not telling. And speaking of what's on my nails, it is one of the polishes we're going to be looking at today. This polish is called Queen Bee and it's a gorgeous golden yellow cream. With this release, Starrily actually brings us 7 gorgeously formulated creams in a variety of colors. They also released 2 gorgeous shimmery toppers. These polishes are actually already available on the Starrily site, so I will link them in the description box as well as Starrily's website and all their social media. All right, and I think that is it, so let's go ahead and get into the swatches. All right, so we're gonna swatch these in rainbow order. There's no red in this collection, so we're jumping right to orange, beginning with Terracotta. This one's described as being a highly pigmented, bright, and creamy orange nail polish, and it retails for $13, as do all of the creams in this collection. So I wanna emphasize that in their description, I agree, it is highly pigmented. I didn't experience any staining with any polishes in this collection. However, I always wear a base coat. I really recommend you do the same, especially for these, because I think they will probably stain your nails if you don't. As you can see, oh my goodness, the opacity. This one was a one coater for me. Most of the polishes in this collection, I would say, will be one coaters for most people, unless you have very long nails. Just make sure you're careful on the application. However, they self-level so beautifully. So in indoor lighting, it kind of looked more of a bright orange, but here you can see in the natural light, it's a slightly muted terracotta orange. Really gorgeous shade. I can see it being highly useful for fall nail art. Pictured as one coat of terracotta with a glossy top coat. And we're moving right along to the yellow in the collection. This is what I was wearing in the intro and outro of this video. It's called Queen Bee, and it's a highly pigmented and bright creamy mustard yellow nail polish that also retails for $13. Oh, this is a gorgeous yellow. If you are a yellow lover like me, you know that yellows are incredibly difficult to formulate. They're pretty much always patchy and just a pain to work with. This might be the best yellow cream nail polish I have ever tried. So on application, really smooth, very opaque. This one could also definitely be a one coater for you. Oh my goodness. And you can see it self-leveling as I'm applying it. It is beautiful, really gorgeous. And then here's what it looks like on the full hand swatch. This polish makes my yellow loving heart so happy. You're looking at one coat of Queen Bee with a glossy top coat. Up next is Gaia, which is described as being a highly pigmented, bright, and creamy green nail polish. This one retails for $13. So the way I would describe this green is it's not quite an olive. It's a little bit too muted for an olive green. I would describe it as being an army green. It's almost a chartreuse, but it's not quite bright enough. Definitely has the yellow undertones though. Very army-y. Yep, I'm a mess. So on application, this one had a very smooth and creamy buttery formula. I ended up going in for 2 coats on this one. However, I did swatch it outside of this video swatch, and every other time I wore it, I only needed 1. So I think, again, it boils down to your application. If you're careful, you won't get any patchiness on that first coat, and it should be a one coater. So here's what it looks like on the full hand swatch. Again, it definitely has those yellow undertones. It almost is a little bit chartreusey, grinchy green, but it has just a little bit of dustiness to it. Pictured are 2 coats of Gaia with a glossy top coat. Next is Forest of the Night. It's described as being a highly pigmented, bright, and creamy dark green polish that retails for $13. So true to its name, I would say this one is a forest green, maybe a hunter green even, or a pine green. It Definitely leans more yellow than it does blue, so no teal in there. It is a pure, beautiful green. Application wise, this one definitely had the same buttery smooth formula as the other creams in this release. However, I felt like it was just a little bit more sheer. You can still see a little bit of my nail peeking through the first coat. So I did go in for a second and of course, reached full opacity. It's just such a rich, deep, beautiful shade of green. So here's what it looks like on the full hand swatch. Very flattering, slightly dusty, absolutely gorgeous. Pictured are 2 coats of Forest of the Night with a glossy top coat. Up next, we have Empress. This one's described as being a highly pigmented, bright and creamy blue teal nail polish. And of course, it retails for $13 as well. Oh, so you guys know, if you're not new to my channel, I've been having a soft spot in my heart for blues lately, and this one is just absolutely calling to me. It is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. It definitely has those greener undertones, so it's slightly teal, but obviously a blue. It's not super dark where it's going to look black in some lightings. It is like the perfect deep blue. On application, it was smooth and easy to work with. I felt like it was slightly more opaque than Forest of the Night, and I didn't necessarily need a second coat because it was patchy, but I just wanted a second to kind of smooth it out a little bit, so I went in for 2. And of course, I reached full opacity, and it's just lovely, just lovely. And here's what this one looks like on the full hand swatch out in the sunlight. Oh, glorious color. I think it would look perfect on literally every skin tone. Pictured are 2 coats of Empress with a glossy top coat. Moving on to Cloudscape. This one's described as being a highly pigmented, bright and creamy medium blue nail polish. Price is $13. I feel like the color Cornflower is just absolutely timeless. People are always looking for a beautifully formulated Cornflower sky blue, and this one fits the bill perfectly. Perfectly. If you're in the market for a bright, happy, uplifting blue cream, this one's going to be one you want to grab. On application, incredibly smooth and buttery. I thought it might be tough on this one because it's borderline pastel. It's not quite pastel, a little bit too pigmented for that, but it's definitely getting close. However, this one could have easily been a 1 coater. Did go in for 2, and of course reached full opacity. Basically had it in 1, but anyway. Here's what it looks like on the full hand, and this is just a perfect color for summer. I felt like a lot of the creams in this collection would be great for fall or maybe summer going into fall, but this is definitely a summer shade. Pictured are 2 coats of Cloudscape with a glossy top coat. And the final beautiful cream I have to share with you before we move on to the shimmers is Serenity. It's described as being a highly pigmented, bright and creamy purple nail polish. The purple shade is borderline blue with this one. I thought it was blue until I took it into a little bit brighter lighting and saw it did have a slight purple lean. It's like a purple leaning periwinkle. Application for this one was just absolute perfection. Is that not so satisfying to see how beautifully this polish applies? Oh my goodness, I love it. This one was a 1 coater every single time I wore it. It is lovely. Oh man. And this is another one I would agree is definitely a summertime color. I could maybe see myself even wearing this in the springtime. Pictured as 1 coat of Serenity with a glossy top coat. All right, now we're getting into my favorite part of this release, beginning with Sparkler. This one's described as being a beautiful, bright copper color shifting top coat. You can either wear it alone for a sheer kind of ethereal look, or you can pair it over other colors, especially the colors in this collection. I will be showing you both of the toppers over all the creams in this collection too, just so you know. Both of the toppers retail for $15. So in the bottle here, you're seeing a lot of that copper shimmery glow. I'm getting a lot of gold and green as well. Oh, it looks like fall time. to me. And since a lot of the creams in this collection gave me kind of fall vibes, I think, and I mean, I know because I've already swatched them, I think it's going to pair really well with all of the creams in this release. I am going to be applying this over, like I said, a variety of different colors so you can kind of get a feel of what it would look like. Reminder, the orange is Terracotta, then I used a black cream that I have, and then the green on the right is Gaia. These kind of toppers always show best over deeper colors, so I especially liked it over the black. Over the orange and the green, it just kind of gave a subtle shimmery effect. So here's what it looks like over Terracotta. It looks phenomenal over black. And then here's what it looks like over Gaia. And this one just called to me to swatch it over Empress, and I had to listen. So here's what it looks like over Empress, and I think match made in heaven. So, so pretty. Pictured as one coat of Sparkler over Empress with a glossy top coat. So you already know I had to take these outside and show you what Sparkler looked like in some natural lighting. So from right to left, we've got Terracotta. The yellow is over Queen Bee. That army green is Gaia. The deep green is Forest of the Night. Oh, looks so pretty over Empress. That is the teal blue. Then we've got Cloudscape, and at the end is Serenity. And the final shade I have to share with you from this release is Zephyrine. It's described as being a beautiful, bright red, color-shifting top coat. Again, you can wear this one on its own. You can layer it over something else. It retails for $15. And if you didn't know, fun fact, a Zephyrine is a type of climbing rose plant that doesn't have thorns. Aw, fits the color perfectly. So in this topper, I'm not getting quite as much shift as I did with Sparkler. I mainly see that bright red, and some lighting it appears to be a hot pink shimmer, and I can kind of see specks of other colors throughout, but just know you're gonna get mostly that gorgeous red glow. Same kind of deal with this one. I'm going to swatch it over the yellow, which is Queen Bee, a black that I had, which I will link in the description box, and over that gorgeous green, Forest of the Night. Application-wise, this one was super easy, just like Sparkler. We got a great ratio of shimmery pigments and a base. It shows up best over deeper colors like the black and the green, which you'll see, and you can see some of that pretty shift to the copper, orange, and gold on the deeper colors as well. These are actually advertised as being top coats, not toppers, so I bet you could wear them alone over a regular polish and not add an additional top coat. However, to prolong the life of my manicure, I did put a top coat on top. Oh, look at it over black. I love that. So pretty. And then, of course, over Forest of the Night. For the full hand swatch, I decided to put it over Serenity, which was the periwinkle purple shade, and it gave me a really gorgeous, sparkly cotton candy look. So pictured is one coat of Zephyrine over one coat of Serenity. I love being able to say that. And then here's what it looks like outdoors over all of the colors. We're gonna start with the orange again. So from left to right, we've got Terracotta. There's what it looks like over Queen Bee. It looks really cool actually over Gaia. Then the deep green is Forest of the Night. That deep blue is Empress. Then we have Cloudscape and Serenity at the end. So let me know in the comments all of your thoughts on this release. Are you excited about it? Which of these polishes will you or have you already picked up? I've actually never tried Starrily's creams before, so I kind of didn't know what to expect with this release, but man, I was impressed. I'm not typically the biggest cream nail polish wearer, but if it's one coat, I mean... I've got my fingers crossed that we'll see more creams from Starrily in the future. I'm hoping maybe some reds and purples and pinks, some of my favorite colors. If you're wanting to look at some beautiful reds and purples and pinks, you should check out one of my recent videos. Last week, I live swatched and reviewed a bunch of new releases from Colorista Carol. I also did a live stream sharing a preview of some polishes that will be available for June's Hella Handmade Creations. And I live swatched and reviewed 2 new releases from Different Dimension, their Summer Dreamin' collection and their Good Vibes collection. I will leave those videos linked in the description box so you can check them out in case you're interested. I hope you enjoyed today's video and that it was helpful for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!